but then so after you're going solo and doing the production yourself, um before what before Babyface does call you to meet up, you know, I think one of the most unsung voices in R&B is Kavon. It feels as if he can sing the phone book, and I think people just take him for granted, just his voice, his vocal arrangement, just
Oh my God. Him, he and the late great Melvin Edmonds,
yeah.
they were an incredible 1-2 punch. Because Melvin was so soulful.
Mm,
And then Kevin with that voice that like angel. Like I said, man, these guys can sing anything, man, and make it sound good. You
yeah.
know. And I was honored to the first time I worked with them was Gonna Love You Right for the Sugar Hill soundtrack.
Mm,
And Jim McCorfield, who was at Virgin, um, heard the song. There again, Gonna Love You Right was going to be a Yours Truly record
um,
for their next album.
yeah.
But then they got dropped, and then we wrote it for them. They heard it, and they came in and loved the song. We cut it, and I think it went top 10. I don't know how far that song went, but it did really well. But that's how I got to Babyface, because Babyface heard what I did on them, and he asked Kevon. Kevon calls me one day. He said, "Hey man, Kenny wants to meet you," and I'm like, "Kenny who?" My brother Face. I said, "Oh, okay." And at that point, that was the beginning of me working with Kenny, and we had our run. Yeah.
Okay, so but at that time, were you and Ricky doing a 1-2 partnership?
Oh no, we were just writing together.
Okay.
We were writing, you know, we were just writing a bunch of songs.
So, but
And
then, yeah, when Kenny's calling you to come over, does it, are you, does it, because you're not really on the low doing stuff for him, you're not on the Gerald, are you just, anytime
I'm
you get,
freelance,
okay, a freelancer?
freelance. And I'm not signed to anybody. So when Kenny called and he said, "Man, I love your writing, I love your arrangements, and blah blah blah." So then we just started writing and doing things together. Yeah.
I mean, so when what was it like meeting, this generation's greatest songwriter? What was
Oh,
that, the
it
first?
was uh daunting at first, but I had to remain composed. I say, "Hey man, well, I'm a professional just like he is."
Yeah.
And guess what? I didn't call looking for him. He called looking for me. So that gave me some confidence. It's because I had something that he liked, and
Mm.
I was honored by it. And we did great work. We did great work together.
I'm just trying to get timing. So I know the Boys to Men have come out, and I know that LA and Babyface as a partnership ended around 92 after. So was this around the time he called you
Around
around
that
to?
time. Yeah, call
Uh,
me around.
what was the first thing you guys did so I can sort of picture what was up?
Ooh,
Was it Tony or would it have been after
no,
Tony?
it
Could have
was
been. I'm just looking at the times of these releases. I mean, in '92, you was working with. It says here Mickey Howard.
yeah.
That's not Babyface. There's the well, not the Panther soundtrack.
I
Is
was
that
doing a
Debbie
bunch of sessions.
Winans, BB and
Yep,
Wine, BB and CC Winans? There's
yep,
all those records.
yes,
But it sounds to me like your stuff that you did with Babyface came out later,
yeah.
after the mid '90s, because there's a bunch
Okay.
of records from about 95 to '97 that were all Babyface related stuff, like As Yet
Right,
and John B and stuff like that.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So
I worked
that's
on his album, and I worked on a lot with him with Waiting to Exhale and stuff like that.
okay. So before we get to that, because yeah, I'm sure Daryl was not happy that Faces out. No
Yeah,
Daryl.
but I didn't write, and I was a musician, you know.
Okay.
So Babyface was writing those things, and I was just called in to do arrangements. He liked my background vocal arrangements, He loved how I arranged things. So I would come. I was just, you know, so that was Babyface. It was Kenny.
There was this sound that was very different after he split from LA. So I think if you listen to the Way to Excel soundtrack, there was even the last night there is I don't know. In my head, I have a sound
It's
that he
you.
would.
It's key, Namdi.
So that's
what
why, yeah. So I was gonna say, well, because it was very distinct that okay, there was a particular, either the keyboards or something that you like. So even when I listened to All Night, I'm like, I'm sure Babyface did that because that was the sound from the whole Winter Excel and any of his productions that just kind of followed him. That just was different from when LA was working. How did you then? What was the magic that you did differently? That
He
he
trusted. He loved my arrangement, and he loved my voice, and he loved the way I played, and he loved my arrangements. And he'd always tell me, he says, "I like you because you can start. I can bring you in any part of the record. You could start it, you could come in the middle, and you could finish." And he said that was the good sign of a producer. They can start it, come in the middle of it, and be able to complete a record. And so I prided myself on being able to do all of those different things, to be able to just completely finish a record from start to finish. And that was one of the things that Babyface could start something and he would hand it over to me. Hey, could you come in and do this background vocal arrangement? Yeah, could you mix this? Could you add keys to this? And that's what happens.
so, but it just his whole sound changed when you joined, and it gave him a sort of a different sound. Did you get to when you were working with him? So that means he had stopped working with Daryl by the time you joined.
Yeah, I didn't see Daryl. You know, I'm sure he did because they're best friends.
Yeah.
So, and Daryl's an amazing songwriter, amazing songwriter. And so I guess, you know, like anybody else, maybe Babyface wanted to step out on his own and sit and find out what he could do. And I understood that. And I learned so much about songwriting from him. He made me a better songwriter because what I learned from him is how he paid attention to detail of the melody. And a lot of times in my early days, I would write a song and I'll go, oh, that's the melody. You know, that's it. Okay, we move on. When I got with him, I said, oh, we got the melody. And he would go, okay, yeah, that's cool. But then he started exploring other things. And I was going, but he made me realize, okay, we got that. Let's explore some more. Could we find a better way to do it? And those are the things, those are nuggets that I learned from him about how to really massage that melody even more. You know, the other thing that I picked up from him, lyrically, Kenny is the best about writing about a moment. And I would always write, well, I met this girl here and we did this here and we did this here and we got married. I'm just making up stuff. But when you think about Babyface and when he wrote that song, The Girl in the Life magazine, that he wrote about seeing a girl's picture in the Life magazine, and he wrote a whole song about that moment. That was the thing that specialized me with Babyface, that what he could do. And I sucked into that, how to write about a moment, you know? So he was a master at it.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of Halftime Chat. Please remember to subscribe, share, and comment. But most importantly, why don't you become a member of Halftime Chat? We've got amazing videos, amazing perks, and being able to support the channel. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.
I never participated in that kind of.
And somewhere in between us, or even loving us, on which I didn't miss you with.
What was it like growing up?
She's still making an impact on 4 houses down.
I have a couple of pieces.
Trying to get this one and that one.
That works for you, but just for me,
No. Okay.
They understand what those boys and men all
Play it.
these guys, they all work together.
mean, I love all different genres.